Everyone. This is Zach from Clutch Crew Sports back with the final episode of the Lockboard 2022 season. We've covered about to be 18 weeks here of NFL college basketball spreads, picking underdogs and upsets. That's what the whole point of the Lockboard is, to pick who has the best read on the upset games. And now we're going to get into this final week. I will show the standings here. um, Eric is maintaining his lead with 75 points. Second place is a tie between myself and Connor with 64. So that's a difference of 11 points here. Obviously, that's going to be a large amount to overcome. Also, however many points Eric gets this week, you'll have to add that on as well. But I won the week with 10 points, had the best week all season for myself with 10 points. Eric and Connor each had 5 points. So let's take a look here at the picks from last week. As you can see here on YouTube, a lot of green on this board. So congratulations to everybody. We're really ending the season strong here, which is a good thing. I believe this is going to definitely shatter the record for most points in the lock board. Definitely thanks to that fourth round being added, but still an impressive job by everybody this week. Getting all these green picks, considering too the amount of 5-pointers that I took as well. Those risky picks. Only one pointer picked. I'll go over my picks here first. The two ones I got right: TCU beating Michigan. That was my round one pick, and obviously that was a crazy game that TCU won, but a lot of ups and downs in that game. It was fun to watch. Lakers beat the Hawks. Connor served that one up to me with his refusal to pick the Lakers. So, yeah, so I took that one. And obviously, Purdue got stomped by LSU. That one wasn't really close. The Pistons were pretty close with the Bulls there in that game, but Chicago took the win on that game. They did not in the NFL game, but Connor, tell us about your picks and which ones you got right here.
Yeah, so I went with mostly 3-pointers this week, only one 2-pointer at the end. And it's unfortunate for me because with my first pick, I finally broke my streak of picking against Clemson and not getting it right. So I finally did that, and I got Tennessee over Clemson correct, which I know that made Zach and Eric very happy, at least for the result there. But then, unfortunately, at the cost of breaking my Clemson streak, I then also broke my undefeated streak of picking against Alabama, which that game was a total disaster for Kansas State. Alabama really blew them out. I also got the Heat over the Nuggets wrong in basketball. That was kind of one I was just kind of picking for the 3-pointer. I didn't really put too much thought in it. So that, unfortunately, didn't work out. But then I did with my last pick. I took the homer pick with the Steelers over the Ravens, and that ended up working for 2 points. So, unfortunately, I didn't make up any ground on Eric this week. I was hoping to maybe do that, but if I could have just kept my undefeated Bama streak intact, I could have at least made up 3 points, but it didn't happen for me. So, Eric, why don't you go ahead and tell them about yours?
Yeah, so like Connor mentioned, he got 5 points, but wasn't able to gain on me. I also got 5 points as well. I took the Wizards over the Magic with my first pick. I was pretty surprised. Orlando was favored there. I think if Zach and Connor were in a position to where they had to chase more points, they probably would have picked that before me, but I was happy to get that. That hit pretty easily. Another 2-pointer I took was the Seahawks over the Jets, and my intuition was right on that one. Seahawks came through for me. Now my third round pick was a disaster. I'm glad that I wasn't the only one that had a blowout against me this week. Otherwise, I probably would have got roasted for this pick. But I took the Vikings over the Packers, and the Packers proved me wrong there. They've been playing pretty good football here lately. They're turning it around, and I don't know what Minnesota was doing in that game, but they sucked. And then I took the Chiefs over the Broncos as a 1-pointer for the safety of getting a point, and it worked. But Denver did a lot better than I expected them to do in this game. So I give them credit for fighting, but thankfully KC managed to hang on and get the dub for me.
Yep. So that is Lockboard Week 17 recap for you guys. And now we will go into this final Week 18 draft. By rule of tiebreaker there, Eric has the first pick. Connor has the second pick. I've got the third pick.
How does the guy who's got an 11-point lead going into the final week of the number one pick? That just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that's the system though. Our draft, the order changes every week pretty much. It's rare that it stays the same order week to week, but because I had the first pick before, and but now Eric's got it. So Eric, you've got the lead, obviously 11 points that has previously been stated. I will flip on the screen with the spreads up. So where are you going to go with this first pick here, Eric?
I am going to be, this is probably not going to be any surprise at all, but I am going to be hella safe this week. I don't want to risk taking higher points and then getting them wrong and giving y'all a chance to pass me. So I'm starting hella safe here, and I'm going to take the 49ers to beat the Cardinals for a 1-point play.
Well, I want 5-pointers, but that was probably the last 5-pointer I wanted. So.
Yeah, and I know y'all are going to be fighting over these 5-pointers, and I'll probably be taking a lot of 1-pointers, but I figure most likely the 1-pointers I take are probably not going to be the 5-pointers y'all are going for. So I don't think I'll be sniping y'all too much. So
we'll see.
Connor,
there's a limited.
I mean, there's not a ton of them.
I was gonna say, like, I'm sure that would have been taken towards the very end had it still been there, but it's definitely that's definitely not that one was not the first on my list. That was probably the last one on my list.
Yeah, for sure. So Connor, what's your plan here with pick number 2?
Yeah, it's so hard because like I don't really see any of these 5-pointers possibly happening. Because I mean, like, Lamar Jackson's still not playing for Baltimore, and like, Chicago's got Nathan Peterman starting at quarterback. Like, so I guess if I had to pick the one I probably maybe feel the best about is I'm going to go ahead and take the Raiders at home over the Chiefs. Just because, like, Stidham played really well last week, had over 300 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And the Chiefs, like, they're obviously still one of the best teams in the AFC, but they've been really kind of struggling to get good results these past couple of weeks. Like, they had to go to overtime against Houston. They barely beat Denver at home. So maybe Vegas can close out the year on a good note with Stidham.
Alrighty, yeah, that was near the top of my list as well, but I guess I will go with the Bears over the Vikings. I know, like he mentioned Peterman and everything, but the Vikings are just such a fraudulent team. It's they could very easily lose this game, even to
They're
Nathan
washed.
Peterman. After how they played the Packers, I mean, and also too, like, they're not going to be in the running for the number 1 seed here. So it's a possibility that they also, don't play all of their star players the entire game as well. So you never know. But the Bears also, the organization wants to lose this game.
They want that number 1 pick. So
yeah, the organization does. The players obviously don't, but the organization does. So they're clearly focused on trying to get that, because the Texans are in a possible winnable game this week. So there's hope for the Bears. Eric, you're back here at the top of round 2.
Yeah, I know this is a play that Connor might have liked for a potential 5-pointer, at least for a rooting interest standpoint, but it's like the next one that I feel is the most safest is a 1-pointer. So I'm gonna take the Bucks over the Hornets in the NBA.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about taking that.
Yeah, I figured if you were gonna take it, it would be strictly for the rooting interest, but yeah,
it would have been towards the end because the Hornets are the epitome of hot garbage this year. So
Zach almost gave me 5 points there. I wouldn't have been.
I'm so used to being.
Used
to being 5 that, like, I haven't typed 1 on the screen.
Yeah, this is going to be the most 1-pointers taken in a week by an individual for sure. So. All right, so Connor, it's back to you, man.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll have to go with my next most confident 5-pointer here. I was kind of disappointed to find out that Jalen Hurts was going to come back this week because that might have tempted me to take the Giants. But with Hurts coming back and the Eagles, of course, still wanting that 1 seed, I can't pick that one. So I'm going to go with the other NFC East clash. And I know the Commanders are starting Sam Howell, but they are at home. So who knows? Commanders over Dallas. Dallas did lose in overtime to Jacksonville and almost lost to Houston. So, I think they're another one of these kind of fraudulent NFC teams. Sorry, Susan, but I gotta go with the Commanders in that one.
You're lucky I have my headphones on and she didn't hear you say that, but I'll probably tell her later.
Susan's gonna be bad.
Connor said something bad about your team.
She's gonna be bad mouthing me all night.
Yeah, she will.
Well, yeah, at the rate these are flying, we're gonna be done here in this next round with these 5-pointers. But not a great choice to be in here. But I will take the Pats over the Bills. Obviously, they have that. Then they have to win to make the playoffs and everything. So Patriots are obviously going to be trying to win this game.
No, we don't need that to happen because the Steelers got to get in the playoffs, so we can't have that happen.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 2 rounds halfway through this lock board. Eric, you have the next pick here in the 3rd round. Gonna do another 1-pointer? Or are you gonna keep on stealing the points from us here?
I'm definitely doing another 1-pointer. I will be taking the Eagles over the Giants. The Eagles, they know they got to get that number 1 seed. They absolutely cannot afford to lose again. With Hurts being back, like Connor mentioned, I feel pretty safe with this one.
Man, that means Zach and I are both going to have to take a 3-pointer here as our last pick.
Yep.
So only 2 left. I'll go ahead and take the TCU over Georgia in the national championship. Georgia, TCU actually looked pretty strong against Michigan in their game, and Georgia, of course, had to rely on the Ohio State kicker completely shanking that football into next week to win that game. So who knows? And I'll be pulling for TCU to win it too. So, it's another rooting interest game, at least for me there. So go Horned Frogs.
Yeah. All right, yep, I will finish, clean up the 5-pointers here, taking Baltimore over Cincinnati. So that's what I will do. Hopefully I get all these.
What? Zach, you're taking that 5-pointer? No,
I'm gonna need all 15 of these points and my 3-pointer to hit, even just to pretty much tie Eric. But
I can't believe you guys are taking so many 5-pointers this week. You're getting really aggressive out there.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah, bold strategy, Cotton. All right, well, I was thinking about taking a 2-pointer, but there's one more 1-pointer I want to take. I've picked this team as many times as possible this season. Give me the Duval Jacksonville Jaguars to win the AFC South over the Titans in primetime Saturday night. Jaguars. It was always the Jags. Let's go.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep.
Just for that Duval, I'm not going to send you your $10 if you win.
Look, to be fair, I didn't drag out the Duval. I basically just said Duval. Like I said it kind of loud, but
yeah,
I didn't do the loud ooh sound in there. So I was hoping. I figured that might upset you a little bit. I didn't. I was like, hopefully this won't like full on trigger him, but Oh, man.
Got to pick the Allegheny Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, so Connor, your pick of the lock board season. Where are we going here?
Lord, I wasn't expecting to have to look at these. So I guess I'll probably stick with the NFL here, and I'll take the Detroit Lions to beat the Green Bay Packers and get into the playoffs. Well, potentially they need Seattle to lose, but take the Detroit Lions. It's been definitely a magical season for them towards the end, and they really want to beat Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers tends to own them. So give me the Lions, Sunday Night Football, make it happen.
All right. Yeah.
I'll be rooting with you on that one. So
Yeah.
As well, Connor doing the rooting interest thing again, like TCU over Georgia. I'm like, great. I got to root for Connor's picks again.
Yeah, Connor's picking the rootable ones.
I was gonna say because I picked Tennessee last week.
Tennessee over Clemson the week before.
Picked against Bama.
I'm like, bro, like.
All right. So with the last pick of the 2022 Clutch Crew Sports Lockboard,
the Mr. Irrelevant Lockboard pick,
Zach Conger will pick the New York Knicks to beat the Toronto Raptors. That's what my last pick and the very last pick of the Lockboard season will be. New York over Toronto as a 3-pointer. I like the value in that one. So it's probably one that I would have picked earlier if I wasn't in this.
If we were actually trying this week.
Yeah. But you got to get that possible points total up when you're down by 11 points. So that will conclude this episode of the Lockboard. Like Connor mentioned, though, we'll have a recap show next week. Maybe go over the stats, finally your stats and everything. And
we
hopefully
gotta get those stats out there. Like. See what we did right, what we did wrong.
Yeah,
it's really how the season. Yeah,
I still need to update them from last time. I don't know, so don't delete the other slide yet.
Okay, got it. But yeah, so that'll be fun to see how the Lockboard is won, and hopefully there will be a surprise, announcement.
No, don't
either myself or Connor.
Don't even be talking like that.
I'm definitely going to be ready for it, but that will wrap this Lockboard episode up, guys. Thanks for listening and watching, as you always do. We really appreciate it, and until next time, be clutch.
Bye.
Peace.